Good morning and welcome everyone to Mavenlink Academy's March webinar. Today we're going to be talking about customizing Mavenlink for your business. My name is Melissa Bonney. I am the Senior Director of Training and Corporate Account Management here at Mavenlink. And today we have a special guest with us. We have Maggie Shelvin. She's the Director of Product for Mavenlink.
Hi there. Good morning.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about Mavenlink's vision. Accessibility, agility, and disruptive. From a Mavenlink perspective, these are the core tenets of an experience geared for success and streamlined for efficiency. We are putting your company at the forefront of this change by putting your brand front and center through Mavenlink's custom branding. Whereas some software companies think it's the software that is the hero, Mavenlink believes that your company should get that starring role. Today we're going to take a look at how you can put your business in the spotlight through Mavenlink customer branding. We're also going to take a look at the streamlined and enhanced approach to the left-hand navigation, and last but not least, the ability to capture client contact information with our project groups. We do understand that you may have some questions today. We're happy to answer any questions. Feel free to use the Ready Talk chat feature. Please feel free to limit those questions to the discussion topics today, which are going to be the custom branding, the left navigation, and of course that customer details. So please ask any questions through the Ready Talk chat feature. All questions will be answered in the last 10 minutes of your call. Thank you in advance for your participation.
Good morning, everyone. I'm excited to show you some of our recent updates. We'll start with exploring the navigation. One lesson learned from our previous navigation was that Mavenlink's extensive functionality is just too complex to explain with icons. Sometimes a picture isn't worth 1,000 words. We want Mavenlink's feature set to be at our customers' fingertips, whether that's someone checking off their tasks, a project manager balancing several projects, or an executive checking their team's billable utilization in real time. We chose to simply express our feature set in words, no interpretation needed. You'll see a lot of product choices like this from us. We want Mavenlink's power to be expressed elegantly and in an easy-to-use fashion. Now everything you can do in Mavenlink can be found on the left, and everything that relates to you alone, such as your profile and settings, are up on the top right. I'm going to turn this over to Melissa so she can show you how to get started with our navigation.
Thank you, Maggie. So as Maggie explained, one of the things that we did with the left navigation is really streamline that experience. So now on the upper right-hand side are going to be your user settings. These are settings that are specific to you, how you can control how you would like to interact within Mavenlink. We have an option for the profile, which is where you can upload your photo. You could set your time zone. You can also set a default activity feed. Your email settings are going to let you control the types of notifications that you receive from Mavenlink. You also have the option of integrating with our Google Apps integration through your personal settings here in the upper right-hand side. We want to make sure that we're available to you to answer any questions any time of the day or night. So that's why we put our support option up here in the upper front and center area here as well. So you can contact live help 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you don't happen to be online at that moment but you do have a question, feel free to contact us through support. Or if you prefer, you can search through our knowledge base full of questions and answers and facts about Mavenlink. Now the left-hand navigation is going to be over on your left-hand side. You'll notice if you hover over any of these options, it actually flies out a secondary window for you, so you have additional options. When you're looking at your left navigation, let's say you were looking at some of the analytics and you wanted to keep this area slide out, there's a little pin up in the top upper right-hand corner. This is also a fantastic feature if you're using a large monitor so that you can always keep that open. So you'll notice if I scroll through any of these options, I have the ability to access them very quickly and easily through that expanded left-hand navigation. Now when you're using the left-hand navigation, if you think about it in terms of a global experience, so if I were to click on the word projects, which is what I can see here in my projects list, it's going to show me across all projects that I'm currently in Mavenlink. If I look at the tasks, my global task tracker, it's going to show me all the tasks for all the projects that I'm in within Mavenlink. I can access the global time and expenses page. So these are really going to be a global experience as opposed to more of the in-project navigation aspects. We also put your logo up at the top here. By hovering over your logo, you can set your current page as a home. So for instance, if you prefer your global task tracker to be the screen that you see when you log in, just hover over your logo in that upper left-hand side and then set your current page as home. Each person can make their own individual selections, so it's not something that you're making from a company perspective. Each person can choose the home screen that makes the most sense for them and also makes the most sense for the way that they do business and how they work. All right, I'm going to turn this back over to Maggie, and she can talk with us a little bit more about Mavenlink custom branding.
Great, thanks, Melissa. So unlike other work management tools, our customers actually use Mavenlink with their clients. To make both our customers and our customers' client experience more seamless, we wanted to put your brand front and center. Now our customer's brand is a featured part of our navigation. Custom branding functionality includes setting a logo, picking interface colors, and adding additional links to other web applications. Mavenlink customers don't need to seek professional services help to personalize. These changes take seconds to do and are easy to perform. So now Melissa is going to show you how easy it is to set up your custom branding.
All right, you'll notice that I'll go ahead and unpin this taskbar here. One of the things that we did here is make it easy to set your custom branding. So to do that, you must be an administrator of your Mavenlink account. So you would simply go under Settings, you would click under Custom Branding. Here, all you simply have to do is choose a logo file. 220 by 220 is one of the preferred options here. You'll notice I'm going to then change the logo quickly. I just simply click Upload, and it's going to upload the new logo here. Now I can also change the header background color if I want to as well. I have some options here that I can choose from a guessing perspective, or I can also click within that circle, and I can choose from a color pinwheel option here as well. Now one of the other options that you can do within your custom branding is that you can configure navigation links. So these navigation links would be options for your users that are logged into Mavenlink to quickly access these kind of quick links. So in this case, if I'm going to have clients that are going to come into the projects with me, I may want to reference my company homepage here. So I can put my URL for my company, and then I could either title this as my homepage or my company name. I also want my team to be able to access the knowledge base. So I've added that as a quick link. And then if I wanted to, I could also add other ones such as LinkedIn, Facebook, any other social media channels that you want to add in there as well. So you just choose the options. You have 3 upcoming options right now. You can choose the ones that you like. When those are active, you would then be able to see them when you hover over your logo. Those options here will be easily accessible. Now we're not done quite yet. We have the option of modifying the color scheme just a little bit further. So I can change the heading color, I can change the link color, and I can change the button color. Now, when I uploaded my logo, Mavenlink intuitively was sensing that color scheme, and it's making some options for me and some guesses of what I would like to change for that color. One recommendation would be if you have a lot of grays or black in your logo, to make sure that your link color is not that gray or black, because then people will think that that might be a dead link. So if you change that to something that has a color attached to it, then people will easily be able to understand that that is something that's clickable and can take them to another screen. Once you've made all your color selections here, you'll notice it will preview for you on the right-hand side. You can access the URL and log in. This is where you can add a favicon. If you have one, you would just simply choose that file. It's as simple as uploading your logo. You can also create a custom subdomain. You'll notice that I did that in the upper right-hand side here. It says mavenlinkacademy.mavenlink. Now, what this does is it allows your company to be more white labeled so that you can have it look like you're not necessarily using another app. It's an extension of your brand. It's an extension of your expression of your company. You can also choose to add a support URL so that when customers choose support, they can decide, are you choosing your company support channel or are you choosing Mavenlink customer support? And then you can create a personalized login message. Once all of those options are saved, you can just click on the save. It will now activate that particular brand. And so you'll notice now that I do have the new Mavenlink Academy branding and the new color scheme is activated.
Great, thanks, Melissa. So because you're using Mavenlink with clients, we now have a great way to keep track of your clients' information. So here's a foundational piece to serving those needs. Melissa's going to take it from here.
All right, to access the client contact details, you're going to be clicking on your projects list. Now, I've already clicked there, but you could certainly just click the word projects in your left-hand navigation. We'll quickly bring you to your projects list view. Now, to access the client details, you simply need to create a group. So I create a group by clicking on Create a Group, and I can name my group. So let's say that this is Acme Corporation. I'm going to say that this is a company, so I can activate the client detail information. From here, I can add my client name, email address, phone number, website, and address of that particular company. I can also add some helpful notes that let me know either other additional contacts or any helpful information when working with this particular client. And I can pull in any projects that I have that I'm working with that particular client so that they are located under that client group. And then once I've done that, I would go ahead and I would select Save. And now I have my new group here. When I click on that, it has the project that I've added in there as well. The other thing that is helpful with the project groups is over in the upper right-hand side, there is a parallel set of diamonds, and this will bring you to our global Gantt. So in this case, when I go into that global Gantt, it's going to pull in the 500 most recently accessed projects. Now, that might be a lot, and I'm really focused on just my Acme Corporation customer. So in this case, I can start typing in that group, and it brings up that specific project or the list of projects for that particular group. This is just another way to group your projects and help you determine and group your projects by your customers as well.
Great, thank you for sharing that, Melissa.
All right, fantastic. So at this time, we'd like to ask if there are any questions that you have about how to access custom branding, how to access and set up your left-hand navigation and any of your home screens, or any questions about the customer details. All right, let me take a look and see if we have any questions here. Again, feel free to ask any questions through the Ready Talk chat. Just go ahead and ask that question in the chat. All right, so we have a question from Nicole. Once I create a group and add customer details, how do I access that information? Nicole, that's a great question. So when you are accessing that customer information, you can simply, oh, here, let me share my screen real quick so you can see that. All right, so to access that client group, you just simply go into the group itself. So there's going to be a little pencil icon next to it, and you can access the details directly from there.
We got another really great question from Aaron about can you rename the word on the left-hand navigation bar that's next to the logo? So yes, in fact you can, and you can do that by going to custom branding and editing the company name that displays under, I believe it's under URL and login. Right under set your business name is how you can modify that. So that's a great way to further personalize and professionalize your left navigation experience. We had another question from Dre about was everything you showed us available on all plans? I'll let Melissa take this one.
Yeah, so the customize your look, the custom branding is available on the Teams plan, on the professional plan, and the Premier plan of Mavenlink. And so are all the other features that we talked about today with the customer details, and the left-hand navigation is accessible to any Mavenlink user, regardless of the plan type.
We had another really excellent question from Jessica about whether it's possible to add custom fields to a project group, and that is true. You can do that. Not only can you add any custom fields you like to your project group, you can also add custom fields to projects, your users on from the account members table, as well as on your tasks, deliverables, or milestones. We'll be covering custom fields again in a future webinar. We've made a ton of enhancements there that are great to take a look at. We had another question from Jason about what the right dimension is for your logo for custom branding, and we recommend uploading a logo that's 220 by 220 pixels. And we found that your company's social media profile is a really great place to look for that because most social media sites have now standardized on a square logo. All right, we have a couple other questions.
So one asked, are the custom field groups searchable in the projects list page? Custom fields on projects are searchable in the projects list page. So if you do create custom fields on projects, say it's a sales rep or a specific group or even a particular status, you can search those within that projects list for the custom field. So if you were to go, let me close this out, and if you were to go within here, you can search. So I don't know if I have the name of this person still, but if I looked, I do. So I had created a custom field for a sales rep category, and I had given that sales rep the name of John Smith. So in this case, I can populate all of the projects where John Smith is the sales rep based on the custom field that I selected.
We had another great question about John about custom fields and what plan you need to be able to use that feature. Custom fields are available to our Premier customers.
That is also true of the global Gantt feature as well.
And then we had another question about our mobile app. We do have a really great HTML5 mobile app that's available on any modern smartphone. So take a look at that. We've actually recently updated it to improve the user experience and added some really nice new UI to that to make it more consistent with your Mavenlink experience.
So you can go to m.mavenlink.com on your browser on your smartphone. You can also then add that to your home screen or to your dashboard within either a Chrome or a Google or an iPhone or an Android type device, so that you can actually just click it from your dashboard or your home screen from then going forward.
We had another question by Andy about what you can use project groups for. We find them really helpful for organizing projects, both by client, region, a specific department or purpose of a project. Those are all really great ways to use project groups. The really neat thing about project groups is that you can have more than one to a project. They function a little bit like tags. So if I want to have a marketing project that also is regarding emails, I can apply both of those project groups to that project, as well as indicate what client that project is for.
The other interesting thing about project groups is they do pull into 4 of our analytic reports. So when you are creating your custom groups, think about those types of things. You can pull a report on how much time you've spent on that particular group, whether that be a client, a region, a marketing team, whatever you wanted to create for that group. You can pull a time tracking report, a utilization report, which will show you how much time you've scheduled for your team or committed that they're going to work on those projects, a work in progress or a WIP report, and you can also take a look at your margins by those project groups that you create.
We have one other question by Barbara about how do you resize the logo. You can do this in a photo editor, especially if you're using a Mac. Preview is a great tool to use to resize the image. You can also crop your logo using the custom branding tools in Mavenlink.
All right, do we have any other questions? We have time for about 1 or 2 more. All right, if you have any other questions, feel free to contact us at support@mavenlink.com. We'll continue to answer questions from there. Also, if you have any requirements or if you'd like to do any kind of training, you could reach us at academy@mavenlink.com as well. We look forward to seeing you on our next webinar, and have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thanks very much.